Hello, South Florida. We are back at it this week and excited to have you here with us this Saturday. If you're new here, each Saturday you can find us talking about business and all things success. I'm here with my amazing co-hosts, Stitches and Tracy Campoli. Welcome, ladies, and happy Women's History Month.
Happy Women's History Month!
Woohoo, we are diving straight in today. Ladies, we have so much to cover.
So much. Well, let's talk about it. So many people are becoming entrepreneurs now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is one thing that all entrepreneurs have in common, and that is taxes. Right. So our March 15 deadline is swiftly approaching. How do you guys stay prepared throughout the year so that you make sure that you are in check when the tax day comes?
Oh, I love taxes.
Tell us more, Miss Moore.
One of those things in life, isn't it? It's like that old saying about death and taxes, those two being the only thing that are certain in our life experience. I will tell you that we, in our business, we set tax money ahead of time really, really early, because sometimes I think it can be a bit of a shock. When you find out what you owe, you might not really have it liquid. It can be a tricky position to be in. So we plan way ahead. We're very behind in other things, but taxes, sweet. What about you, Stitch?
That's good. And I'm so glad we're talking about this, because it sometimes, like you said, if you're not on top of it, it can really slip out of mind. And I was having dinner with my sister, and she was like, taxes, don't forget the 15th. I'm like, yeah. So the only way for me to stay on top of it is it has to be on my calendar, and it has to, we talked about this before, being in your notes. So trying to stay ahead of the game and just being early about it. So this is the routine I'm in, like, get in routine, be ahead. What is the saying? If you're on time, if you're on time, you're late. And if you're early, you're on time.
Mm-hmm. That's right. What about Tracy's taxes?
Agree. I actually do enjoy getting my taxes done, because I like, the review, kind of looking back in the year and seeing what I accomplished, what I want to change for the next year. Like, just having that information in front of me, because information is power. But I like to file early. As soon as it's the end of January and you have all your information in, I book the appointment. So again, like Stitches, I get it on the calendar, get it done, so that, the bills are paid and paid on time.
We're so tax accomplished. Like,
nice. I like it. So ladies, let's talk about this. Historically, we know that it's been difficult for women to own our accomplishments, right? So how have you learned to do that, living as modern day boss babies? How do you do that?
It's so frustrating, isn't it? How owning accomplishments feels uncomfortable. I love to celebrate mine loud and proud. And remember this trend of like humble bragging? But I don't know if people are still doing it, but there was a lot of kind of feedback around it, like how gross the humble brag is. Just brag. That's the solution. Instead of saying, oh, this is good, but that's not so great, or look at my great this, but this sucks. Just say, I won an award. My book's selling great, whatever it may be. Just say the thing. People celebrate with you. They know that it's not always the truth, but accomplishments are there to be celebrated. What do you think, Tracy?
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Like, I'll tell you, with my clients, that's something like we will do, like brags. Like, today is a day that you are going to brag. And I got to tell you, it is not easy for so many women, because we're trained, from an early age. Like, some of my upbringing was like, don't be too big for your britches, or, like, if you shine bright, you'll dim someone else's light. But I think, especially now, that conversation is changing. And I think, when we shine bright, when we're really, at the forefront and being proud of all that we're doing, it shows other people what's possible. And the more that we have places like this, right, where we're surrounded by other women that are in that mind frame of like, let's celebrate each other, the more power that we have as women together, right?
And other women will celebrate you, the right ones.
We are just getting started, South Florida. When we come back, we have a Miami-based model and girl boss coming up. It's Kayla Ciotti. So everybody, stay tuned.
Trying Marketing for local businesses is critical, but it can be pretty confusing. At Vivial, we work with you to understand your business and individual marketing needs to tailor a custom designed solution so you can focus on what you do best, running your business.
Want to learn more about Vivial's digital marketing services? Find us online at vivial.net/Natalie.
Our next guest is signed to BMG, one of the biggest modeling agencies in the country. Today, she's sharing how to strike that perfect pose in print or on social media. Plus, she's sharing some of her favorite tips from her very own beauty and fashion line called Fede Beauty, which I use and love. Happy Saturday, Kayla.
Happy Saturday.
Kayla, tell us a bit about yourself.
My name's Kayla. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I moved out to Miami to pursue my modeling and my business career. I came out here and I had no friends or family, so just kind of starting from the ground up, and I met amazing people and it just guided me in the right direction, and now I'm doing a lot of amazing things.
I want to know, how did you get into the modeling industry?
Yeah, so my mom actually got me started into modeling, and my mom brought me to casting calls when I was a baby, and it landed me a position in a math book. And the funny thing is, I actually don't like math now that I get older, but hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then my dad is also a photographer and he has his own business. So I was always on his catalog photos and all of the flyers. And as I got older, I just naturally had a really good personality, and I had a love for fashion. So I sent out a bunch of my headshots to a bunch of different agencies in Chicago. And as I waited, I started taking my own pictures. So I honestly set up my own camera and did a picture on a picture stick right in front of the garage. And I remember when I was in high school, people would always just tell me that modeling in front of garages is not it. And so, but hey, I had to do what I had to do. So then I actually signed with an agency, and sure enough, I started working with really, really big brands all around the world and nationally and locally.
So let's talk about your beauty products. We love a good beauty product around here. So you launched your own brand called Fede Beauty. You're bringing lashes, fashions, all of the things together. So how did you come up with your products?
Yeah, so I actually started going to school for cosmetology. I ended up more leaning towards the beauty aspect of fashion. And so after school, I actually started working in a salon. And then also while I was in the salon, I was doing my own thing with one of my best friend, Marissa. We were doing hair and makeup for weddings. But then shortly after that, I just realized that hair wasn't really my passion. So I started training to do lashes just to see if I would like it or if it was something that I wanted to do. And so eventually after that, I quit the salon. I started doing lashes at one of my girlfriend's salons. And during that time, I always knew that I wanted to start my own business, but I just wasn't sure exactly what it was going to be in. So when I started grasping onto the lashes, that's when I launched Fede Beauty. And I started off with 5 different strip lashes, and then I eventually moved to Miami to pursue my modeling and acting and my lash career. And then I launched my lash extension services in Miami as well. And Fede actually stands for faith because everything that I do is in faith, and my dad is Italian, and it means faith in Italian.
Oh my
Awesome.
gosh.
So it's
What
very
a
beautiful.
beautiful way to, and I can vouch for your lashes because I have
That's
them,
beautiful.
love them. Kayla, you are the boss. I'm so thrilled to have you in my world. Please let us know, how can people reach you? Anyone who wants to get in touch, take advantage of all the cool things that you do.
Yeah, so I actually have social media, Fede Beauty. Well, it's going to be Fede_Beauty. And then my modeling is going to be Kayla Alexis with 3 A's in the middle, 2 S's. I know it's confusing. But then also, if people have questions, I do have a 24/7 chat box on my website. So you can shoot me a little chat if you have any questions about any products.
Oh, and I can vouch for this woman. She is the very best. We are just getting warmed up, South Florida, and we're keeping things sexy over here. Our next guest has mastered the art of seduction. We want to be here for this. And she is sharing how you can become more magnetic and attract what you desire. Coming next.
Award-winning singer and performing artist. I help people become captivating on camera. Don't go anywhere. You're watching The Connect Show, South Florida.
Lovely ladies and some gentlemen that are tuned in. I'm here, your girl Stitches, and our lovely hosts, Susie and Tracy. Welcome back to the Connect Show TV. And we're here in South Florida connecting with amazing women from all across the world. So this next guest is #amazing and kind of magnetic too. You'll get it later. So she's been dubbed the Magnetic Woman. True story. She is teaching us how you can be more confident, powerful, and how to tap into your female sensuality. So without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the lady in rouge, Miss Lauren Joyce.
Hi, Lauren. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. So I know, Susie, you wanted to ask her something. Talk to us.
Oh my gosh, Lauren, I'm dying to talk to you. I could collapse right here, like collapse. I think this is a very underrepresented subject that we're about to discuss. And I'm thrilled to just dive in with you. You say women are still uneducated when it comes to our bodies, sex, sexual pleasure, receiving it, and just owning our femininity. So tell us more. I am taking notes.
Yes. Well, it is so fascinating to me that when it comes to something as important as relationships, we don't get a lot of education, especially around communication, right? Let alone feeling sexy, our sexuality, sexual pleasure. If we look at sexual education as a whole, female pleasure's never really included in that. Not to mention, culture and society leads us to feel ashamed of our bodies, of our desires, of really just being a woman. And I've read a statistic that up to 90% of women can't even accurately name their anatomy. So if you don't even know the parts of your body, how can you really feel powerful and empowered to ask for what you want?
We talked about this earlier, just being the magnetic woman. Like, I love it. When I say magnetic woman, you got to do the little shimmy.
I'm feeling it.
Okay, let me do it again. Magnetic woman.
I'm attracted to you, Lauren. Look, I'm just coming at you on the screen.
Lauren, how did you become the magnetic woman? Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so obviously I never really set out to be the magnetic woman, and I don't think anyone ever goes to like a career fair being like, I think I'll be like, especially this one over here who went to Catholic school for 10 years, like so out of the round, right?
Yeah.
And what is so fascinating about how I got into doing this work is it was actually losing my father at 25, and I made the decision I only wanted that experience to make me a better person. And so it kind of spurred me into self-development and women's empowerment. And I found a program all about pleasure. So I'm over here assuming this means I can just like bypass grief and everything I'm experiencing and just eat chocolate cake all day. And I started hearing about these ideas and concepts I'd never heard of, like femininity and sensuality and being empowered in your body. And I was hooked, and I felt like if it could help me move through my grief in a really healthy way and come out more confident and sure of myself, I had to help other women have this information as well.
Ugh,
Mm.
so many women need what you do, Lauren. So, what are some ways that women can work with you so that they can build their confidence and sensuality as well?
Yeah, so right now I have my signature program, Seductress, which is basically everything you never learned but should have learned about sensuality, pleasure, relationships, communication. And I do it in a group format to help women feel comfortable in connecting to other women around this topic.
Oh, seductress. And I also love the 10 years at a Catholic school. I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
asked a friend recently, he's trying to get pregnant. How's it going in the bedroom? And she's like, I went to Catholic school. I can't talk about it. And I'm like, Lauren does in seductress. So how do people find you, Lauren? How do people
Yes.
find out more about love programs?
I am the magnetic woman in real life and across all social media platforms. So my favorite place to hang out is Instagram. You can find me there at The Magnetic Woman. You can also hop on over to my website, themagneticwoman.com.
Oh, thank you. And coming up next, Christy Primmer joins us from Canada. This success coach and author is sharing how you can have it all, from confident self-love, a thriving relationship, and alignment in your life. More on that next.
Stop Checking Your Likes is the hottest must-read of the moment. This is not a book about social media. It's about shaking off that need for approval and living your incredible life. It's available everywhere books are sold.
Hi, I'm Katrina Aronson. You can find me at katrinaaronson.com. I am a business and marketing strategy coach for female entrepreneurs. I help female entrepreneurs to grow and scale their businesses the way that they want to. You are watching the Connect Show South Florida.
Welcome back, ladies, and happy Women's History Month. You know, great products for women are sometimes created by awesome men. Joel Vaisburg, founder of Hayel, is one of those men, and he's sharing all about getting your hair healthy. Welcome, Joel.
Thank you so much for having me here, and I'm especially happy to be surrounded by beautiful and professional women, in particular this month that we're celebrating.
So I really want to ask you, Hayel, what sets your business and really your hair products from other hair products out there? What sets yours apart from theirs? And what are your must-haves, or for us? Because Tracy mentioned something earlier. So tell us, what are the must-haves?
Yeah, so I think that the main differentiator would be this holistic approach. When you visit, I mean, the most common approach when you see a website or any hair care brand, they just want to sell the topical product, and they make promises that this topical product will do magic. Mm-hmm. And we try to have a very honest approach, and we explain from the beginning, and Tracy can tell you about that. That's how I met her. That our approach is that a healthy lifestyle, in addition to our great topical products, will have amazing results. So we encourage people to use the products, but also to eat healthy, to exercise often, to sleep. And we're partnering with different professionals in these areas, so we can really motivate our community towards a healthier lifestyle and beauty routine.
Can I just say, it's very refreshing to hear someone talk about anything being holistic, right? Because often it's like hair care, shampoo for that, skincare, lotion for that. Our health, it's so different. Everything is so connected in our body, internal, external. So having a holistic approach is so wise. And I feel as if the world is wisening up to this. Do you feel that way, Joelle? Do you feel like audiences are becoming more and more savvy, that it's not just like something you can slap on, but it's really a lifestyle, it's a shift within? Do you feel that?
Absolutely, Susie. When I first started doing the research for Hayel back in 2015, I tried to do a lot of meetings with experts in the industry, and their advice was, your products in Venezuela are amazing, but the market here and the audience thinks differently. So in 2015, you had the hashtags of natural beauty and clean beauty were trending. but now, like in the last 2-3 years, you start to hear the beauty from within. So yes, definitely people are paying more attention to the holistic approach, which I think is the right one.
I love it. I absolutely love what Hayel stands for. I think that it's really not only does it work wonders, but the mission behind it is amazing. So, how can people shop right now?
So we have the products on our own website. I have it behind me, so hayel.com,
Very nice.
and there's a shop link, so you can get the products there. To be honest, that's the way we prefer, because we also have a hair quiz where we can learn a bit more about the visitors, and we really try to provide personalized assistance. So the answers to the quiz are reviewed by people. It's not automated. So we really try to understand what's happening, if the person is sleeping enough, if it's eating well, etc. So through the other channels, we are not able to learn at this detail. So that's the channel that we prefer, so we can get personal connections with our audience. But then the products are also available on Amazon. And if you go to our website, there's a partners link where you can find the shopping malls and stylists that also carry the products.
Oh, Joel, I want to do the quiz and get the results that say you need to sleep more, have more chocolate cake, and have regular bubble baths. Can I get that result?
Absolutely. Chocolate has its benefits, and also coffee. I'm a coffee and chocolate lover, so I can tell you.
I think we will get along, my friend. We will be right back after the break.
Hey there, I'm Nikki Oden, founder of Your Ideal Mom Life, and I help busy moms own their time, crush their goals, and lose the mom guilt. You're watching The Connect Show, South Florida.
Welcome back to the Connect Show, South Florida. So our next guest is addicted to being better, and now you can be too. So Christy Primmer, welcome to the show.
Welcome, Christy.
I'm so excited to be here with you all.
We're excited to have you.
Yes.
So please tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been a registered counselor for almost 2 decades. I started my own company, Primetime Consulting Services, 10 years ago. And I run a private practice where I specialize in sexual and domestic violence, trauma therapy. And I started doing success coaching for women. So women that are powerful and passionate about improving themselves, believe in the power of mindset, and want all the things, the great relationship, the healthy body, and the money.
Christy, I want all the things. I love it. I want the biggest ice cream sundae available and all of the extras in life, for sure. So you personally do a lot, right? Television, you're an author, you coach women. What are some tips if a woman's, just getting started, thinking, gosh, I know there's more for me, more than maybe just the day-to-day, what might feel mundane. Well, where do we get started?
I love that question, Susie. Honestly, the first thing is to find the clarity. I always say clarity is queen. So what do you want? What do you want? And then what's the first thing that you can do that's going to actually get some movement, get you going a little bit closer to that thing? Is it hiring a mentor? Is it reading a book? Is it starting a new workout program? Get the clarity and just start.
Just start. I love what Albert Einstein said. He said, nothing happens until something moves. Isn't that good? It's like, we got to move. Get this.
Yes.
I love that. Oh, so in your experience, what do you see is the thing that most often keeps women stuck and keeps them from living their best lives?
Yeah, I love that, Tracy. The very detrimental thing I see the most is the fear trap. And I write about this in a couple of my books, but we can get stuck in past shame and pain and regrets and everybody else's opinion of who we're supposed to be. And it's like, now it's time to obliterate that, ditch self-sabotage, and feel the fear and do the thing anyway. Fear is not going to go away, right? I always say, make friends with your fear and then just keep showing up.
Yes.
And I knew, Christy, I knew I wasn't crazy because I heard in a boat going on there. So I felt like I got a Canadian friend, a sister from Canada.
I do have a place in Winter Haven, which I wish I was in Winter Haven, I tell you right now. But I am a proud Canadian.
That's all right. Here, Ottawa is mine. So we want to talk about your TV show if we can. We have viewers from all over the world, all across the world, really. And if I heard correctly, your show it was pitched to a network and it has been picked up. Is that
yes?
Okay, yes. So let's start there. Tell us about the show and how that happened.
Yes, and I say this like with all the gratitude in the world. I pitched my own show. I believe so deeply in my messaging and the empowerment of women everywhere that I pitched my own local network, Kojiko. And didn't hear back, after 3 pitches, I'm relentless. I got a meeting with the producer, and I met with the producer. I shared my outline. I shared the intention. I'm very clear on intentional living. Shared the intention. And he said, yes, we're going into season 3. And I am just so grateful because the whole process of that, to be honest, was I always knew I was born to be a leader, and being a leader is not always glamorous, right? Can we agree?
Oh, yes.
But television was a way that I could get my message out there and could hit the hearts of more women and smart men and make a difference in the world. And I just kept, I mean, no is next opportunity. Rejection does not scare me. I got the yes. And like I said, we're going into season 3 of Women Who Lead.
I love, Christy, you are amazing. Like, I know that we could all sit here and listen to you all day. You are one of us, my friend. So how can people find you and learn more?
Thank you so much, Tracy. On the gram is where I love to hang out. I'm at Christy_Primmer. All of my stuff is in my link tree there to my website, my Facebook, and my books and all the things. And thank you. This has been fun.
So much fun. We will take a break and be right back.
Welcome back, ladies, and happy Women's History Month. Oh my goodness, we had so much fun today, such amazing guests. So if you are new to the show, this is what we do each week. We are influencing and inspiring women in business and female entrepreneurs. That's just what we do.
And yes, if you missed any of the episodes, don't worry, you can binge watch it all on Natalie's network. And of course, you can check out all of my beautiful boss babies right here. And head over to YouTube as well.
All right, my friends. See you next week for more of the Connect Show. Bye for now.